Craig, let me run an idea by you.
Yeah.
It is something that is necessary for road users, and it's hardly ever done.
For me, anything to make the lives of road users better has my full attention.
You know, when we buy new cars, a television set, refrigerator, they come with a manual that tells us how to use them. So that leaves me wondering, shouldn't we have such a manual that will assist us on knowing how to use our roads?
That's a brilliant idea. Considering the fact that several people, pedestrians and drivers alike, misuse roads and even the infrastructure provided to aid smooth driving and commuting. This is especially painful when it is a newly upgraded route to ease transportation, like the newly extended Mile 12 to Ikorodu Road.
You have a point right there, but we shouldn't wait to publish that. Perhaps we should just talk about it on this platform.
Perfect. And the Bus Rapid Transit BRT extension from Mile 12 to Ikorodu is the good place to start. That you live or work there or simply ply that route every day doesn't guarantee you know the road well enough to make the most of it. Today on the show, we are taking you on an enlightening tour of the road. I am Obafemi Craig.
I am Kate Harmony. First, we take the news highlights. You're welcome to the news highlight on Lamata Half Hour. The Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, Lamata, has asked traders selling within the infrastructure for the Mile 12 to Ikorodu Town Bus Rapid Transit to vacate their position. It was observed during a visit to the project last week that itinerant sellers had taken positions, displaying their wares along the newly constructed transport infrastructure. In some cases, it was observed that some of the structures had been defaced with the display of second-hand clothing, and appeal by staff of Lamata fell on deaf ears. Lamata in a statement said, while it was the right of every citizen to pursue their economic well-being, such pursuit should be done in a manner that does not jeopardize the right of others and the state. It said it had provided a market at Oluwo Oduikon near Agric bus stop for those wishing to sell to ply their trade. Lamata therefore directed that those roadside sellers should vacate the BRT infrastructure immediately, failure of which it would direct the appropriate organ of the state to ensure a total cleanup of the BRT infrastructure. Following the completion of the road, and other supporting infrastructure needed for the operation of the Mile 12 to Ikorodu Town BRT extension, the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority has commenced the preparation for the operation of the BRT service along that corridor. According to the Managing Director of Lamata, Dr. Dayo Mobirola, all is being done to flag off the operation of the corridor within the quarter. He said services will run from Ikorodu to CMS via Mile 12 with over 430 buses. Some of these include 3 bus terminals, 15 bus shelters, a depot with state-of-the-art facilities, and other ancillary road furniture. That's been the news highlight on Lamata Half Hour. Stay tuned.
Basically, what Lamata does is to coordinate public transportation in Lagos State, and we came up with a transport master plan.
Developed together with the World Bank, the objective of this plan is finding long-lasting solutions for the problem of transportation in Lagos. Currently under its first steps of development, the plan has already proven itself a big success, dramatically increasing the connectivity in a city in continuous expansion and enjoying an unparalleled demographic and economic growth.
Our responsibility is to ensure that we provide the necessary infrastructure to meet the growth, to improve the quality of life, to improve the standard of living, and to make Lagos a vibrant and livable city in years to come.
Lamata, keeping Lagos moving. The Mile 12 to Ikorodu Bus Rapid Transit BRT extension is one of the best recent developments for Lagos road users. Not only was the BRT lane extended and placed on a centralized, segregated lane, guaranteeing a smooth journey without intrusion from other vehicles, the road network was expanded, rehabilitated, and improved for use.
And we can never say enough about the offline facilities. An ultra-modern bus depot, 3 terminals, 6 pedestrian bridges, and 15 bus shelters. Like we said at the start, all the good achieved on the road by the Lagos State government through Lamata can only be properly maximized when you're well informed about the road.
So join us as we move from Mile 12 to Ikorodu, exploring every angle and corner, acquainting you with the bus stops and offline facilities, and showing how to use the road as a driver, passenger, or pedestrian on the move.
Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best. Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best. BRT lanes, modern rail lines, pedestrian bridges, new roads, mega city, yeah. Lagos, my home.
In its drive to sustain the megacity status of the state, the Lagos State government has continued to build infrastructure to address various challenges. One of this concern is traffic congestion. And to this end, the Lagos State government has been implementing various public transport projects in the state, one of which is the operation of the Bus Rapid Transit BRT system, the first being the Mile 12 to CMS BRT corridor. However, findings by Lamata shows that majority of the journeys by commuters on the Mile 12 to CMS BRT operations originates from Ikorodu, necessitating the need by the Lagos State government through Lamata to extend the BRT system from Mile 12 to Ikorodu town.
Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best. BRT lanes, modern rail lines, pedestrian bridges.
To support the operation of the Mile 12 to Ikorodu BRT extension project, the Lagos State government through Lamata has put in place infrastructure ranging from bus shelters, bus depot, bus station, pedestrian bridges, walkway, traffic lights, street lights, and a lot of other state-of-the-art infrastructure. This season will bring you all you need to know about the Mile 12 to Ikorodu BRT extension project. Today on the program, our focus are highlights on the support and infrastructure on the corridor. Join me on the move. This is Mile 12 bus terminal, one of the 3 terminals that will serve the operation of the Bus Rapid Transit BRT system from Mile 12 to Ikorodu. On ground are various facilities. We have 4 loading points, 4 boarding gates, solar-powered lights, standby generators, facility for the physically challenged, administrative block, restroom, and lots more. All right, we're set to move now, and along the way, we shall show you some of the infrastructure that have been put in place for the ease of the BRT operation from Mile 12 to Ikorodu. Let's go together. This is the Mile 12 bus station. This is the transition area between the old and the new BRT. Well, at the middle here, you will see the BRT lane as is expected to be used when the new classic BRT buses arrive for the use of commuters here in Lagos Metropolis. Like I said, along the line, as we move on, when we get to some of this infrastructure that have been put in place to ease the operation of the BRT system from Mile 12 to Ikorodu town, you'll be able to see what the state government through Lamata has been doing over time to make life more comfortable, convenient, and of course, easy for the people of this metropolis. We're approaching a U-turn where we have rubble strips to reduce the speed of drivers when commuting or plying the corridor from Mile 12 to Ikorodu. Here we are with a bus shelter. This is Idera bus stop, having a pedestrian bridge, as you can see, along the corridor for the use of commuters. Each time they have to cross over to where the classic BRT will be operating from on its lane. And here we can see the boarding gates alongside the shelter put in place for this purpose. This is Idera bus station, and here we have one of the pedestrian bridges along the corridor, and here we have the ramp for the physically challenged, and on the other side we have the steps that can be used to access the bus shelter on the corridor. Let's go and see. Here is the steps we're talking about. From this point, while the ramp is for the physically challenged, this is the step that can also be used by commuters. Here's now coming from the staircase. And of course, this is like the corridor point. And on commuters will take their walk. And at this point, on my left is still a place for the physically challenged to connect with the bus shelter to access the BRT bus. And right here is for the staircase that will also lead you to connecting with the BRT bus.
Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best. BRT lanes.
And right here at this point, as you can see, we have a point here at Idera bus stop stating places along the corridor. We have Ikorodu down, I don't know, along the side when you are going this way. And when you are going the other way, you have this Owode near mile 12, K2 Ojota, as stated here, according to the bus points that you will be meeting along the corridor. And from here on now, you come this way, and this is how we connect with the bus shelter. Here we have the bus shelter, and of course, we are set to board the BRT bus. We are approaching Majidun Ogolonto bus station. Like the one before it, it's also featured with a pedestrian bridge. We have the ramp for the physically challenged, the steps for commuters to access the aisle that will connect them through either side of the physically challenged ramp, and the staircase that will lead to the bus shelter. And from there, they will connect the BRT buses that will be coming from Ikorodu to Lagos or to mile 12. We are now approaching a Greek bus terminal. A very big terminal with bus shelter and of course appropriate furniture to give commuters the necessary convenience that is necessary and so required for their comfort in accessing the bus rapid transit BRT buses when it starts operation from mile 12 to Ikorodu, as you can see on that other side of the corridor. This is a Greek intersection, points again like Ogolonto intersection, taking us again to another bus station. And here we are at a Greek bus station, and you can see from your point of view the beauty of this place, the scenery around it, the pedestrian bridge. Like others before it, we have the ramp for the physically challenged, we have the staircase for commuters, we have the aisle that they will pass through to connect with the bus shelter and therein access the BRT buses that will be operating on either side of the corridor. Now we are approaching Ikorodu bus terminal. It's quite big, it's spacious, it has necessary convenience that we had, or we rather saw earlier at mile 12 bus terminal. It has toilet facilities, it has bus shelter, it has other facilities that have been provided for the effective operation of the BRT bus when it starts running. Well, from Ikorodu bound to Lagos, we're approaching Aruna bus station. Like the ones before it, we have in place a pedestrian bridge. And of course, you're aware that we've been saying that on the pedestrian bridges, we have the ramp for the physically challenged, the steps, a staircase for commuters to access the aisle from where they can either again at the point of intersection on the aisle, either choose to walk through the physically challenged ramp meant for them, or the staircase to connect the bus shelter here for them to access the BRT bus from Ikorodu to Lagos, or from Lagos or Mile 12, or from Mile 12 back to Ikorodu as it is. And this is a Greek bus stop from the other side of Lagos bound coming from Ikorodu. As you can see the beauty of it and the scenery that has been put in place. You know, environmentally we are conscious of what we are doing, aside the design that is befitting, and of course the bus shelter to give comfort necessary to commuters when they are waiting for the arrival of the BRT buses. On the other side of the corridor is Majidun Ogulonto bus station. You can see the beauty of it, like others before it, beautifully placed, and the design that has been put in place to really achieve the aesthetics needed for the operation of the bus rapid BRT system from Mile 12 to Ikorodu and Ikorodu back to Mile 12. From the Majidun Awori bus station, we are now going to the bus depot where the BRT buses will be parking, and from here we have maintenance and everything necessary for the maintenance of the buses. Wow, a pleasant place indeed. This is the Majidun bus depot, where we have on-ground facilities like the wash bay, the maintenance unit, the warehouse, the administrative block, and of course behind there you have the toilet facility, and of course we have the fuel dump and a whole lot of parking space that can take over 400 BRT buses. Isn't that fantastic? Waiting to really give the people what they truly deserve. Effective service delivery in the operation of bus rapid transit BRT system in Lagos State. We have taken you through the corridor to show you the infrastructure that have been put in place by the Lagos State government through Lamata to support the operation of the Mile 12 to Ikorodu BRT extension project. No doubt, it's been a wonderful tour here today. And that's the much we can take for now. We'll be right back after this time out. I am Obafemi Craig.
Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best.
With that enlightening tour of the Mile 12 to Ikorodu BRT extension and its facilities, it is necessary for us to go on a break now before we journey to the destination on today's show. Join us again.
This is the engine room of Lamata's operation, the point where we'll listen to what you say to guide how best we serve you. Here are some of the messages you sent us this week. Babatunde, you posted saying College Road needs more attention. Yaya Abaton Junction, Oyemekun bus stop, Aruna bus stop, and in front of African Church, the hump there is high. No sign before the hump. These four places need more attention. Kelly Yusuf, you posted saying, Lamata, when is the commencement of Mile 12 Ikorodu axis? Please, we need it as a matter of urgency. Today, thanks for your feedback on the humps on the road in Ifakoyai local government area of the state. We shall bring your observation to the Lagos State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. Kelly Yusuf, you, like several million others in Ikorodu, have asked the same question. When will operation commence on the new BRT corridor between Mile 12 and Ikorodu? Please be rest assured that operations will commence before the end of this quarter. Thank you always for being generous with your thoughts. Please keep sending your questions, comments, and remarks to any of the following. It's been great having you on today's show, especially as this episode begins a new season. What you have seen is only a foretaste of so much more to come, all on track in ensuring that your Lagos transportation is at par with the best in the world.
We are never too proud to say that you are the secret recipe for our success, so kindly keep cooperating with us like members of the same family, bearing in mind the immortal words of Mario Puzo. The strength of the family, like the strength of an army, is in its loyalty to each other. I am Kate Harmony.
I am Obafemi Craig. Lamata.
Keeping Lagos moving.
Eko Akete, Lagos my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best. BRT Lagos.